Hello guys! So today I thought we would do something a little bit different. Last time we created a stock notifier, which is actually still running pretty well. I made some small adjustments to it. If you want to take a look, here is the output. It's been checking for stock for a long time, and there's still no stock available, unfortunately. But hopefully soon I'll get my hands on this sweet Super Nintendo Entertainment System. For now, we will be working on what's the repository called? I think it's this. We'll be working on NimBot. And NimBot is a permanent member of the Nim IRC channel. I can show you guys here. So it sits right here, logging the discussion that goes on. So I can show you the IRC logs. As you can see, it's logging everything. That's really its main feature right now. And what I would like to do today is to extend it to support the Nim Playground, which you can see here. Let me just refresh it to show you it in action. So I can add some numbers, compile it, gives me the result. So this is a good way to learn or to try out Nim, actually. And it would be nice to allow IRC users to do the same thing. So hopefully I can do that fairly easily. It is getting quite late, and I don't want to keep others up by talking on this live stream. But hopefully I can get this done quite quickly. So the first thing to do is to get this running locally. So think of this video as a guide to contributing to this project as well. If you want to add some features to the Nim IRC bot, this is how you would do it. So let's grab a new terminal. Oh, go away. Okay, I think I already have it here. Yep. Already have the repository cloned. Let's just pull in case there's any. Yeah, there are some changes. And let's open it in Visual Studio Code. Where is it? No, that's not what I want. There we go. Okay, so here's the code. And the code is fairly self-explanatory, especially to people who know Nim, I hope. There's some crap in here that's left over from when Nim build was operational. I can probably remove that, but I won't worry about that for now. Yeah, all of this is yeah, this code could be significantly simplified, but let's not worry about that for now. All we want to do is to be able to send a message to NimBot. As you can see here, I've already done that earlier. Oh, stupid Mac OS X, seriously. So I can type in exclamation mark lag, and it tells me the lag it has between itself and the server. And we want to have something similar here. In the IRC channel, when you type in, maybe I won't use that character, but let's just use eval, and then something like this. You should get back the output after some time. And the way NimBot will do this is by accessing the API of this project directly. So the code for this is here, and this brilliant man created it. You can see somebody's highlighting me. Okay. Well, I can't really make it higher resolution. I can make the text bigger, I suppose. Can't I? No? Well, that's way too much. Hopefully that's a bit better. I'll just work on the one screen. Right, let's move it to the other screen. And for my terminal, I'll zoom in as well. This should be good. Good. Yeah, so this great man has created this project, and he's got a nice little API here that we can use. So let's use it. Let's try it first of all. I can't remember exactly what the API endpoint is for this. But I think we can take a look at his front end project to figure that out. What is this? Mostly CSS, okay. It's also written in Nim, that's nice. Should give some claps for that. Nice job, man. So, yeah, this is actually using, this is using Andreas's new project, Carax. Wow. That's very impressive. Living on the bleeding edge, I see. Anyway, so how does this work? Ajax post compile. So presumably it's something like this. That's a post request, though. Ugh. Oh, this is a Carax thing, isn't it? Ajax post. Okay, let's see how to do a post in curl. Hopefully I'm not the only one who doesn't remember this off by heart. Okay, so how do I do this? What is it looking for? Probably should have prepared this ahead of time, but maybe it's nice for you guys to know this process that I'm going for as well. Hopefully you don't find this boring. Yeah, so it's all post, and it looks for a key called code, which means that I have to, how do I do this? Would this work? Just worth a try. Okay, let me clear the screen and let's try it. Data and code equals, let's just try a nice easy, and then it's https play.nimlang.org/compile. And that did not work. In fact, it's giving me a nice Cloudflare error. It's not good. The web server reported a bad gateway error. So that means it's actually crashing. That's not good. That should be fixed, I think, to give me a nice error. Something for you to look into. Zachary Carter. What am I doing? I'm probably not. Is this the reason? It's the space, isn't it? Let's try that then. Nope. It's also not working. 502 bad gateway. Maybe it needs something else. Actually, can we not just check what it... Yeah, we can probably just do that and then copy it from there. Use the inspect element in our browser. Check the network. Let's just change this. Stupid thing. And there we go. Why didn't I think of that from the beginning? And I think I can just copy it as curl. Oh, beautiful. Wow, that's a hell of a lot of stuff. Yeah. We could probably remove most of this crap. Okay, so it's actually looking for JSON data, which is interesting. Parsed request. What is this? What is this stuff? Where's the params code? Oh no, so it supports both. So it should work. Whatever. I'll use JSON anyway, since that's what the website uses. Option 2.0 is invalid. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, let's just remove this stuff. Oh, okay, that's annoying. Let me just copy this. Boom. Does this work? It does. Ooh, awesome. So we get the compile log here, and we're not interested in that as long as it succeeds. And then we get the log. Awesome. Who's talking to me on okay. Thanks, Pmonch. I'm just looking at the IRC. Yeah, I guess I have to specify the compilation target for it to not fail. I just figured it would assume that it's C by default, but I guess not. Okay, so we've got this. All we have to do now is create a procedure in Nim that basically sends this request and gets back the result. So let's do that. Why is this complaining? That's interesting. Don't tell me that NimBot doesn't even compile right now. That would be pretty annoying. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't. Nice. What? clog 20, type mismatch, got string, expected one on. Interesting. Very interesting. Did the new version of Nim break this code? Is that what's happening? I bet that's what's happening. Well, let's use the beautiful choose Nim. I don't currently have it in my path, which sucks. Something I need to fix. Yep, that's that. Does that work? Nope. Okay, let's try 0.17.0. Why? Is it because I have... It's probably because I have a devil package which isn't supported by the older version of... Yeah. Yep. It's a nimble link. That's annoying. Suppose I should really fix the problem with the latest version of Nim, but who knows how long that's gonna take. Pretty annoying. So I think the problem here actually is that the JSON module now exports a to procedure. So what I'll do is I will do this from JSON, or actually no, sorry, import JSON accept to is, yes, see that? That's how you fix bugs. So now we can hopefully get further. And this is a really strange bug. Cannot use symbol of kind stub as label. This seems like a really new problem. I bet in this case 0.17.2 will work. Yep, it does. So it seems there was some sort of breakage in recent Nim, but let me just try and pull the latest Nim. Maybe it was fixed in head. Maybe. You never know. It's possible. By the way, thank you for the 10 of you that are currently watching. It's certainly a lot more than last time. So hopefully I'm not boring you. We've hit a bit of a hitch, but it's not something we can't solve. Let me check what's going on IRC. Let me cry over the fact that NimBot is broken. Pmonch telling me that ChooseNim seems to work pretty well. Yeah, it does. The only problem I have right now with it is that because of the way, I think most people do it this way as well. Here, Danico is telling me something about wrong spaces. I don't know. Whatever. I'm rebootstrapping Nim. See if that fixes it. But yeah, the only thing that I find a bit annoying about choosing him right now is that I have my main development nim in project/nim, as you can see here. Or maybe I should select this. And there is currently no way in choosing to tell it, please just switch to my local copy. And I don't want to have one managed by choosing. And actually the way that choosing manages the devil copy is also not ideal because it always re-downloads it. Every time you type in choosing update devil, it'll download a new copy. It doesn't manage it with Git or anything, which is something that I need to fix. But it is very useful when you just want to quickly switch to like 0.17.0 and check if it works, or 0.17.2. And as you saw, I'm glad you guys are noticing this stuff. This is why I'm doing this live stream, just to hopefully show you some tips of how I work and hopefully help you as well. Okay, so I rebuilt Nim. Let's see if that changes anything. And it did. So it was okay. Okay, so it was a temporary problem. Let me just write this on IRC. Cool. So yeah, I was just on some broken version of Nim in Devil. Nothing too serious. Oh, I see Demos is saying on Twitch. It would be really nice if everyone used Twitch, by the way, because otherwise I have to switch between IRC and Twitch. I guess I just need free screens, really. But I'm a poor student, so 2 is all I got. Anyway, so now that our NimBot is working fine, this is really the only fix we had to do, which is fair enough. The error might have, I always want better error messages, something that Andreas doesn't like. But anyway, so we fixed the compilation. Let me just commit that. Fixes compilation under 0.17.2. Push that as well. And we're in business. So for those of you joining us, I see there's 12 people now. I am going to be implementing the ability to evaluate code in the Nim IRC bot using the Nim Playground, which is available at play.nim-lang.org, as you can see here. So we'll just be using its API and things should be good. Okay, so let's begin implementing this. Now that we fixed the compilation. I think I will create a nice new module for it. It's good to do these things, so I don't know, what should I call it? That's always the biggest question, isn't it? What should I call this module? Evaluator, playground, sandbox, executor. Let me think. Let's just go playground since that's the name of the project. So we're going to need a HTTP client because we're going to be making an HTTP request. So I'm immediately starting by importing that. And let's create a nice new procedure. But before we do that, I'm already thinking ahead here. It would be nice to somehow cache, Yeah. Cache the HTTP client. Although it's not necessary. If it's too slow, we can always improve it. So, eval code. Why not? Let's call it that. Code string. And we are going to be returning. What are we going to be returning? I guess either, we should probably check what happens when we get an error. So let me evaluate. Let's evaluate something like this, which should give an error. Undeclared identifier ASD. So log is compilation failed. It'd be really nice if the playground pulled this out for us, but that would be too nice, wouldn't it? There's also, what? No, wait, are you serious? There's no, how does it, am I just blind, or does it not tell you whether it succeeded the compilation or not? Like, do I actually have to check this for this string? I would expect like a nice Boolean value that tells me it failed or it succeeded. But okay, we can deal with that, I think. Okay, so we will either get a successful result, a successful string, or a non-successful string. So how should I model this? Really, I don't think the options module really helps us here. I'm trying to think. Docs and options. Do we have like an either type? I don't think we do. Sadly, this isn't Haskell. Nope. Let's try Googling for it. That can sometimes give you some nice, oh look, it's in another module or in another package. Vegansk has created a nice either type. Sadly, I don't want to add, oh sorry, just to give you guys a better idea of what the search results are. Yeah, I don't want to depend on this package just for this type, so let's just keep going. Let's just create our own type. So evaluation result, let's call it that. It's going to be an object, and it's going to contain a flag, so success, Boolean, and we want to export it. For those of you that don't know, the star means that the field is exported, and the star here means that the type is exported. So we've got a success field of type Boolean, and we're going to have another field called log. It's going to be exported too, and it's going to be a string. So evaluation result is the return type of our eval code procedure. And in here, we're going to create a new HTTP client. So, and actually, what we need is we need an async HTTP client. So this function is going to be async. And for that, we need another module, the async dispatch module, which defines the async pragma. And why is it complaining? That's why, because the expected return type is future, but it got evaluation result. So what we need to do is we need to wrap this evaluation result in a future type. And then we can create a nice new async HTTP client here. And then we can create a nice JSON payload for our API. So let's just call it payload. And for that, we're going to need a JSON module. And there's a nice little percentage operator that allows us to easily create JSON payloads. So I'm using that here. And so what do we need? Let me see. So we need code and we need compilation target. So code we've got. Code will be this code here, and compilation target will just be C always for now. And that should work. Yep. I was just complaining that this is declared but not used, which is fine. We can make this a little nicer using the percentage star operator, which applies percentages to all the values, so we can just remove these, which is really handy. And we can continue. So client dot. Let's see if we can get some autocomplete, and yes we can. So post takes the client, which we've supplied, a URL, a body, a multipart, which I think is optional, and it gives us a feature back, which is fine. What about post content? Okay, so the only difference is the return type. Post gives us the async response, and post content gives us just a string, which makes me wonder, does this give me a different status code? Maybe that's how it determines these things. Let's just see here. I'm making it verbose. So no, it gives us 200 okay. So, oh well, that's fine. So let's just use post. So we'll create a new variable for the response, call it response, client.post, and we will be awaiting it using the magical await keyword. And the URL, of course, is, what is the URL? This one here. Whoops. And what's next? Come on. There we go. So the body. And the body will just be the JSON payload. So we use the dollar operator to convert it into a string. Easy peasy. Just gonna reformat the code so it stays within 80 lines or 80 characters per line. And that should be us actually. So if response dot status headers polystream version. So the status, if it is HTTP 200, then we are in business, as they say. So, well, first we have to check, let's add some comments. Determine whether the compilation was successful. So success is going to be defined as response dot body stream. So let's just read this first. So content, and the body is actually a stream now with async with the async HTTP client. so that you can read it on demand instead of waiting for the whole thing to be read before you can use it. So we'll get the content, and if the okay, so actually what we need to do is we need to parse the JSON because the content is going to be JSON. So response object, parse JSON content. That should work. Yep. Go away, VS Code, please. Thank you. And what we get back is compile log and a log. So the success will be defined as a response object, and then we can just access it like that. That's what I love about the JSON module in Nim. And this is going to be a string, so we can do .get string. And if we get this, I don't know why. What is this? Is this like a new line or something? Possibly. Anyway, I don't know my Unicode. It's probably embarrassing, but whatever. So if it's equal to this, then it's not a success. So this is a bit, because you could write this, like I could write compilation failed, right? And then this fails. What happens if I do it on the website? Like, does it just think that it failed? Doesn't look like it. Does it look for this in the output? Maybe that's how it does it. I bet that's how it does it. Let's see. Let's see what the front end does. Let me zoom in for you guys. Okay. App.nim. Compile is success. CB, so CB. There we go. If the HTTP status is 200, then we parse the JSON. So he's using my to macro. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like the to macro enough to use it like that. Especially when it's just two fields. Like, I mean, I just don't see the point in creating a type in that case. I'd rather just like parse it on demand, if you know what I mean. But to each their own. So compile log container, yes. If it contains success, then it's success. Okay, I can do the same thing. So if success in, and let's do 2 lower, just in case. Is this what? What do you mean you got HTTP header values? I think this is just completely screwing itself up now. Got future stream, but expected future base. What am I doing wrong here? What am I doing wrong? Let's try compiling it. See if it gives us a better error message. Oh, not this. Source and playground. Got feature stream, but expected feature base. That is quite annoying. I can't even remember how these work now, even though I implemented them. That's very embarrassing. How do you do it? Will the documentation have my answer for me? HTTP client. Nope. But what will have my answer is get content, because it has to read this stuff. So if I look at its source, I will be able to see it. So where are we here? Okay, so I have to call read all. So I had that in my mind. Because body stream is actually a future stream, we need to get a future out of it. And read all basically returns us a future that will read all of the data out of the stream for us. So that works. That's awesome. And then this is easy to fix. We just need to import stream utils. Yeah, this should work. Too lower is the, okay, of course, okay. Too lower ASCII is the new name. That's cool. So if this is a success, then that's fine. And I think that should be us. The funny thing is, actually, no, it's not the same. I thought it was going to be the same object, but it's not. So I could use it with the to macro. But nah, never mind. Evaluation result. Success is success, and log is response object log dot get string. So, I mean, there's duplication here, so I may as well do this. Yep. It's awesome. We really need like a macro or something that just lets me type in success and it knows that the field name is success, because so much redundancy here. But anyway, it's not that big of a deal. And I'm sure it can be improved via macro. It could be a project for one of you guys listening. So that should work. So let's test it. Is main module. For those of you that don't know, this little block will ensure that everything underneath it is only inside the source code of the, or inside the resulting executable if this module is compiled as the main module. Similar to Python's, what is it? If underscore underscore name underscore underscore equals equals underscore underscore main. I should just write it, shouldn't I? It's like this, isn't it? Which is really ugly, but close enough. Anyway, so what we want to do here is we want to test this function. So wait for, and we're going to evaluate a simple echo statement for the answer of the universe and everything, of course. Let me just check. Oh, somebody's telling me to add exception handling. Well, maybe later on. That is a good thought, though. I should do that, and I should, I suppose, return, you know, a success, a success as false in that case, but yeah, let's just test it first. So what's it complaining about? That actually makes a lot of sense. Wait for eval code is of type evaluation result and has to be discarded. So see, this is already reminding us that we need to do something with the result of this function, and we do want to do something with it. We want to see what it gives us. So let's just call it eval result. And let's just try echoing it, maybe. And let's compile it. And let's run it at the same time as well. But yeah, thank you, Federico, for that pointer. I will definitely add some exception handling there in a little while. And this has failed. That's a shame. Sorry, I'm reading. World S Ender is asking, so basically Nim is compiled Python with type safety. Yeah, that is basically what it is. It's got some other nice things, like a lot of metaprogramming features that you wouldn't find in Python, and iterators, which are, in my opinion, a bit better than in Python. What else do we have that Python doesn't have? Yeah, what demo says, semantically it's much closer to C++ or D. That's very true. But it shouldn't be too difficult. If you're a Python programmer, it shouldn't be too difficult for you to switch to Nim, hopefully. Okay, yes, SSL support is not available. Yeah, this is a really ugly error message, and it's something that I want to improve, hopefully soon. It's just how the asynchronous exceptions are shown, and it really sucks, because, like, I mean, all of this is just noise, especially the CBO thing. But thankfully, it's fairly easy to figure out what the issue is. So in this case, we don't have SSL support. In Nim, you have to explicitly enable it using the -d colon SSL flag, like this. Now if I run it, it still fails. Embarrassing. Oh no! I know why this is. This is because I have an old SSL library on Mac OS X, and so okay, I had a workaround for this somewhere. But where did I have it? I think it was in possibly choose Nim. Yep. Yep, let's try it with that. And it works. Just like that. Yeah, basically I'm using the OpenSSL that was installed using Homebrew here. For some reason, the OpenSSL that's bundled with Mac OS X, El Capitan, which is the version I'm on, doesn't like the SSL provided by Cloudflare, and I don't know why. But it's only Cloudflare, it seems. Or rather, maybe it's even only the Nim language website. I don't know why, but it's strange in any case. But thankfully I can easily get around it. So yeah, so success is false. That's wrong. Why is that? Let's see. Let's echo log. See what's going on here. I need to recompile it, don't I? Let's compile it. Let's run it again. No, because it's the log. I'm supposed to be looking at the compilation log, not the log. Doi compilation log. That's what we want. And that should, and we need to do get string as well. That should work. Keynote found compilation log. Well, where is it? Compile log, not compilation log. Whoopsie daisy. Okay. Now it should work. Yay, it works. Awesome. So if I try and do this, again, we have to recompile. If I try to do that, I will have success false, and the log is compilation failed. So actually, in that case, for the log, we would like to have ideally just one line explaining the problem. So let's see if we can grab that out of the compile log. So again, I will take this out here, and let's just echo it just to see what it is. Yeah, so ideally it would be nice to grab this line, and I think we can create a pretty simple procedure that grabs this for us. We could use like regular expressions, we could use pegs as well, but I think the easiest way really would just be to split this string into lines and go through all of them and see if there's this basically in them, and if there is, then pick that line and show it, or return it rather. So let's do that. I think that will work well. If not, again, we can always improve it. So by now this comment is kind of outdated. Let's put it here. Parse the response, and I did promise that I would check the exception for parse JSON, so let's do that. How should we do this? Yeah, this is a bit annoying. I'm gonna have to move this here. Actually, I wonder if I can do try as an expression. Let's try it. Except if we fail here, then, well, for now, let's just try new JObject and see if that works. Huh, it actually seems to be working. Wow. I am pleasantly surprised. Holy shit, it actually works. And now Federico telling me that I can actually do it. I'm impressed that this works. So, I mean, this is pretty awesome actually. So now I can just do something like this, right? I can give it a, so it depends on the log and compile log. So let's just do log. In the log, we'll put the, how should we do this? So that it uses it when there's an error. Let me think. At the risk of making this really strange, should I do it this way? Yeah, output. Let's just do it that way. We'll create a nice little JSON object. This is a bit ugly, to be honest. You know what? No, I don't like this. Let's not do it that way. Let's just give it a what's this complaining about? It's getting an empty set, that's why. Let's just give it a new JObject, and if response object actually, I wonder if I can just do this. Return evaluation result. I might not even need this. And success is false. Log is the error message. So what does this actually raise? Doesn't tell me. This is something that NimSuggest should tell you, but we can check this. So let's check what exceptions the parse.json procedure can raise. And we can do this by clicking this. So we're actually using this one. And as you can see, it raises the generic base exception, a value error, or a JSON parsing error. Let's just catch all the exceptions. I think the syntax is exception as exception, and then exception.message. Maybe not. I think it's the other way around. Yep. But now this is... I don't think I can do that. Can I? No. Let's just do it like this then. What am I doing? Resp object that has key. To be honest, I'm not too happy with this, even if it does work. It's a bit of a... I don't know, I'm not a fan of putting things like that into JSON. It's a bit weird, but I suppose it's fine. In fact, it might just be better if I... Would it be better if I just put this whole thing in a try and then returned whatever? Probably not. Now let's just handle it like this. Let's just do that. And yeah, that should be fine. Parse the response into our... Somebody's talking to me on IRC. Yeah, it might contain error in the future, and I mean, then we can also handle it, right? So this is a bit more maintainable. Anyway, let's continue. Let's continue on. So this is fine. So where are we? Looking up the, where is it? Looking up this line. This is where we were. So if not success, then look up the error in the compile log. So for line in compile log.split lines, if error in line dot to lower ASCII, then this is our line. So what do we do? Log. So let's make this mutable, and let's log to our line, and that should do us. So if I run this now, let's compile it. Let's run it. Yep, it works beautifully. Awesome. So we've got our eval code function that just takes code and gives us an evaluation result, which is absolutely beautiful. So now what's left is to integrate it into NimBot. So let's do that. Let's do it. So where is the code that parses the messages? Here it is. And it really does not implement that many messages. It's just ping and lag. That's it. And yeah, we might have to create a nice module at some point called commands or something, because this is a bit bad. And also I need to clean this up, because this has code that's not used at all anymore for announcing. I've already spoke about this, for announcing commits from GitHub. Somebody wants to do that as a pull request, that would be awesome. The repo is on GitHub. If you want to do that, please do. Okay, so if message equals eval, actually we can't do that. We need to check whether, I think my awesome IRC library actually gives us some nice things here. Parameters, command, origin, type, nickname, numeric, server name, tags, host, timestamp, user. That's not what's in this anymore. This actually gives some pretty good suggestions now, I must say. Suggest to Andreas and anyone else that contributed to it. Well done. So I think params is what we want. So if param 0 is equal to eval, then we're evaluating some code. So let's import this module. Now, I didn't do this in here, but I have started doing it everywhere else, is to split up my standard library and local imports. Playground, let's just do all of this. Let's just fix it while we're here. I think that's everything. Yep. So playground, and yeah, evaluating things. So let eval result, eval code. So I think now is the time to look into my IRC package. Let's look at it here. IRC. So let's see what it does. Do we have any tests that test the parser? I don't think so, which is a pity. Guess I should add that. But anyway, let's take a look. So, parameters of the IRC message. So let's search for it. Params. Cool. Okay, so that it's not at all what I want, as far as I can see, because the last part of it is the message. So that's a bit annoying. So what we need is message that starts with that, and we need to, I suppose, let's do that, and then let's grab the code from that. So code equals message. This is what, how many characters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we start at 5, I think. Going to do that. Let's just test this. And I use Aporia for that. So let's do, sorry, this is really small. Can't increase the size easily. Actually, I'll probably just go to preferences, to fonts and colors. Yeah, why not? Let's do that. There we go. 5 to that. Let's execute it. And no, it's actually 6 to get rid of the space. Cool. Okay, so we have the code. We need to await this as well. Since IRC works asynchronously, this just works, which is awesome. And what's next? We've got our eval result. So what do we want to reply? I guess really with just the log. Maybe if eval result.success. Maybe we could write so PM origin. Let me think. What should we write to signify that it succeeded? Compile OK. And then the output. I don't know, that's a bit weird. Well, I guess this could work. Eval result .log. Otherwise, we just do compile failed. Now, another thing we need to check for is if the log is longer than 512 characters, because IRC will strip those. And really what I should implement is GIST functionality. But I might just leave that for today. we'll see how it goes. Let's just test this for now. Let's just add a to-do. Check for output that is greater than 500 characters. And actually, let's just do this. So gist output that is greater than that, and log, we will just trim it from 0 to, I don't know, 450, let's say. And then we can add like a, well, this should only be added if so if, this is annoying because this is going to be really long. Screw it, let's make it mutable. It's greater than 450. Greater than or equal to 450. Then log.add some ellipsis, and there we go. That should be fine. And then we need to use it as well. Yeah, this should work. Shall we try it? Is it connecting to the right place? Yes, it is. I think I might need to change the nickname though. Okay, so let's now build NimBot. And I guess we're gonna have to use the same trick. All right, I remember that. Do I have it in my... Yeah, so it's like this, just... Sure. Why do they want that? Oh well, I don't know. Okay, and now it should join. Yeah, it did. Awesome. So, can I zoom in easily here? Probably not. Probably have to go into preferences and change this, don't I? Okay, let's just, hopefully this doesn't mess up my freaking... Please don't crash. Oh god. Well, that didn't change anything. What the hell? You know what? I'm just gonna show you guys it in the browser, because obviously we're logging things. Anyway, let's try it. Eval. Cool. I think I'm just gonna remove the compile OK thing, because it's, yeah, it's just a bit weird, isn't it? Yeah, let's get rid of it. Just do log, and I'll keep this because that makes sense, but okay. Try it again. This time though, I will maybe try something more sophisticated. I don't know. Let's try. My name is this. Cool, it works. So just to show you guys in the IRC logs, if we zoom in, there's me typing it in, and there's the reply. So that wasn't too bad. That's pretty much it, I think, for this time. I've been going for, I think, more than an hour and 20 minutes. Do you guys have any questions about this? Anything at all? I'm happy to answer. There's 11 people watching, but everyone seems to be very quiet. Any thoughts on what I covered? Was it exciting? Was it shit? Was it... Do you have any feedback on where I could maybe explain things better or anything like that? I'll be... No? Guys are happy? Oh, somebody's... Oh, okay, so somebody wasn't paying close attention. Well, that's fine. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed watching me work, P-Munch. I messed up my font in XChat now. This is gonna really annoy me. It's Helvetica for some reason now. Oh no, I don't even know which font it was. It's just different now. Was it this one? Oh my god, no. Oh no, it was monospace. It's monospace. Ah, of course it's monospace. Where is it? Is it just Courier or maybe it's Monaco? Let's try Monaco anyway. I guess it only it only does its thing when... I wonder if I can eval things in here. Okay, yeah, I mean, I think I had Courier before, but this is fine too. And it doesn't seem to be working. What? Oh, because I'm PMing the wrong bot. Duh. Let's try something incorrect. Yay. It works. Is this awesome or what? So that was... didn't take long. Sorry. My voice is almost gone. I'll probably be uploading this. So for those of you that maybe want to rewatch it or something, I recorded it, so I'll probably upload it to YouTube at some point and let you watch it again. So, and also it's going to be archived on Twitch, I hope, for at least a couple of days. But yeah, thank you for watching, and oh god, my voice is really going. Wow, I don't think I've spoken this long in a while. But anyway, thank you guys very much for joining me. There was, I think, 13 people at peak, which is pretty awesome, actually. For those of you that are new to Nim, feel free to ask any questions on IRC or Gitter. We have just go on our website, nim-lang.org. So here it is. And if you go to our community section on the front page, you see there's a couple of options for our real-time chat. Obviously the IRC logs I showed you. You can also use Gitter, which is connected to our IRC channel, but it's significantly easier to use because you can just use it for your browser. And of course, follow us on Twitter. I tweeted about this, so hopefully some of you found your way through that. And yeah, hopefully this will encourage you to try out Nim. Thank you. This is the end. See you guys later.